Love my coffee first thing in the morning. Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching the Jobu Sports Report. Well, here we are with our second edition of the Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys Report. Because literally, you can't go to bed and sleep on the Cowboys because news will always break in the middle of the night. So each morning, we're going to go through and rehash what happened the day before and bring you up completely to speed. So, guys, first things first, let me acknowledge all the people that came in our live stream last night because we were talking about Earl Thomas possibly being traded to the Cowboys. I appreciate all the super chats. Everybody who did a super chat last night is now entered into our drawing for tonight's live stream where we're going to be giving away another autographed Jobu t-shirt. We have actually Lyle Collins, we have Charles Haley, we have DeMarcus Lawrence. We've got a bunch of different guys and they're all framed up for you, and the winners get shipped free of charge autographed Jobu t-shirt. So let me acknowledge everybody who ended up joining last night, and thank you. Chaz J, Joseph Lopez, David Halvick, Cowboys by Nature, Chaz J, Ahmed Chabai, sorry if I butchered that, Hernandez Adrian, 1988. Cowboys X Factor. How you doing this morning, Cowboys X Factor? Shout out to you. Chris Flores. Kristen Collinwood. And I'm going to get back to you about that email about those picture frames. Lorenzo Richardson. Rob Ramirez. Dwight Matthews. Boy, there was a lot of you guys last night. Steve Scroggins, Dallas Cowboys for life. LaRon G. E.B. Chris Ceniceros, Ceniceros. I'm sorry, I suck at names. Forgive me. Frank Whittaker. So thank all of you guys last night for the super chats. All that is actually going to help support our draft trip. Okay, so here we go. The latest on Earl Thomas trade. Right now, there's nothing that we've heard from our sources. Our sources right now have gone a little bit dark and so on. We originally talked about that yesterday. I've got told around 3 o'clock yesterday. Wasn't able to actually get it out till around 4:30 or so. But the Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks are talking. It was originally reported even the day before that Seattle had actually reached out to the Cowboys and said, hey, you need a safety. And they had said that they wanted a first round. Now, there's going to be all kinds of stuff that's reported out there and stuff, but try and put the pieces together because, everybody right now, for us Cowboy fans, we see teams that are signing guys left and right, and we want to be part of the party as well. So anything that happens, people are going to jump on. So what was interesting to me was, first Seattle came out, and they said they wanted a first-round draft pick. And the Cowboys kind of said, yeah, okay. And everybody should, since nobody's getting first-round picks for guys. Let's be serious. You got a fifth for Michael Bennett. And you think you're going to get a first? Come on. So, what was going around not long after I had put out and let you get what I'd heard, that the Cowboys were working on a trade, and what they had offered was a fourth-round pick in Orlando Scandrick. And so the reports were that Seattle now wants a first and a third. Okay, wait. I don't do a whole lot of negotiations, but generally speaking, if they don't take a high number you put out there, putting more on top of it usually doesn't work. So if you were willing to take a first, why now all of a sudden you want a first and a third? Come on now. So that one to me was kind of, yeah, okay. So everybody's chasing the story. We'll see what happens. Clearly, Seattle is looking at rebuilding. Seattle's needs are draft picks. They don't have many. They don't have a second. They don't have a third. They don't have a sixth round. They have a defense that is old, and basically they fire-sailed everybody. They've gotten rid of Michael Bennett. They've gotten rid of Richard Sherman. Cliff Avrill's gone. Cam Chancellor probably won't play. Why would it be that we're going to keep just Cam Chancellor, who is getting long in the tooth? You're going to have to rebuild this defense, and if you don't have draft picks to do it, you're not signing free agents right now to fill that line. You won't have a line. So you've got to get picks. So somehow, some way, this deal, I believe, will get done where they get some draft picks. Maybe it won't be with the Cowboys, but Earl Thomas, who said, I will not play on this 1-year contract. I am gone. They're going to move him. So we'll see what happens there. Other news, as far as Des Bryant goes, there's nothing. No changes in things. And a person I talked to actually weeks ago said, and he actually made sense. I still believe that Des Bryant was going to get cut. That was just my personal feelings going through with what the Cowboys had done in the past with DeMarcus Ware. You know, when you looked at that big contract, it's kind of like, okay, production, cost, age, and everything else, those factors. However, after seeing the free agent market and what these guys are going for, you're better off holding on to them for another year unless something else happens to fall in your lap. And somebody I spoke to had said, listen, the Cowboys are probably going to keep him. And they had said you won't see them try and do a pay reduction because, one, players balk at taking it because the NFLPA does not want players to take money back. They'd rather you be cut than to take money back. So very rarely do you ever see players say, okay, take half my money. So generally speaking, when a team comes at a guy and says, we want you to take a pay cut, that's done. It's over with. You're not going to see that player there anymore. But if Des Bryant were offered that option and took it, the problem is he could perform that next year and say, look, and the team fails, I gave money back. You got a pissed off player. That's not good either. So either you keep him at that salary or restructure it so you kick some of the money down the road or you release him. You don't take a pay cut. It's just not the way it's done. So there's nothing on that front. So it looks like Des Bryant's going to be where he is. And Des Bryant is working with a route running coach, which I'm glad to hear because Des Bryant has never been great on running routes. We've got news that, big news, Brice Butler won't be back. Surprise, surprise, surprise. After he threw everybody under the bus, we all knew that Brice Butler was gone. He hasn't had a locker at the Star for quite a while, so that's not breaking news. Alfred Morris, the man who's gotten little respect, filled in really well when Zeke Elliott was here, but won't probably be back as well. The team has tried to trade him 2 years in a row with no success, and it's one of those things that it is difficult to trade guys when guys think that you're going to cut them. So don't expect Alfred Morris to be back. And of course, it wouldn't be a week if it weren't TMZ trying to do something on Zeke Elliott. They are getting desperate. Last week they were talking with this rapper who was a Dallas Cowboy fan and everything else. And he went on and on and on and on. And finally said, yeah, we partied together one time and it got weird. And that was their headlines that they ran with. And of course, yesterday, Zeke Elliott was out shopping for shoes, spent a whole bunch of money on shoes, which I don't think is a crime. It's not like he went out shoplifting for shoes or anything. It wasn't like he was out, with a couple of bottles and things buying shoes. He wasn't there with a whole group of strippers and everything else with the shoes. He wasn't taking shoes off of women's feet or anything. The man went shopping, walked out of the store, and is walking to his car, and literally TMZ is there with cameras following him down the block, asking him question after question. So your party was such and such, and it got weird. You want to elaborate on that? Tom Brady can chug a whole lot of beer. Can you beat Tom Brady in a chugging contest? TMZ. Dudes. Really? This is the best that you can do? Leave the poor man alone. And of course, every time they go through here with a nothing, there's absolutely nothing thing that they bring up in these. Zeke hasn't done a thing. Zeke has been quiet as a church mouse. But what do? Halfway down the story, they pop in the video of him pulling down the girl's top. To keep that in people's minds, to keep kind of shading you to believe that he is a bad guy. And of course, for clicks. Too bad Michael's not up, because I would give you guys the Jason Garrett Clapper Award, because this is just kind of ridiculous. So guys, as of right now, you guys are up to speed with all the happenings with the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see what happens during the day. It's been an interesting beginning of the NFL season. Haven't had much news really with the Cowboys other than re-signing Brice. So there's that. But guys, be sure to tune in tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, for our live stream. We'll be doing the drawing for another one of the Jobu autograph t-shirts. If you want to get a Jobu t-shirt or a Jobu shot glass, go to my website, CowboyJobu.com, and you can order one if you want to make a donation to help out for our draft trip, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be off the chain. Any donations or super chats will enter you into our drawings and will definitely help make this draft trip be a incredible experience. And if you're going to be at the draft, we will be there all 3 days with the Jobu Mobile Man Cave RV parked there. So come by, get some mojo punch, some chicken wings, and some pulled pork. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy. Hello, friends. CowboyJobu here with an unsolicited opinion on the Jobu wings. You were saying about the wings?
The wings are the best I've ever had. Hands down. Awesome.
Okay, well, we've been passing out our recipe. If you actually look on our YouTube channel, we have all the recipes for all this stuff on here.
With the women, with the ladies.
You know that. Okay, slide in a little bit here. Okay, all right, so on 3. Jay, get in there, man. Okay, we're going to do How About Them Cowboys. Okay, all right, everybody, on 3, How About Them Cowboys. 1, 2, 3.
How about them Cowboys?